Yeah.
So the one thing that I love about this app, just the sheer opportunity that I feel like when people say, no, I don't have that amount of money to invest. I'm not in that position. Or for example, like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about it. This is the app that is created for you specifically so that you can remove the worry. You can do the direct debit, whatever you feel comfortable with, above £50, because that for us is the lowest that we can
it's just
do as a company.
we can actually do.
And I suggest a great way of doing it as well is the day after your payday is when you should take out your direct debit.
Is this what you're going to do, Curse?
Yeah, no, it's just the best thing because realistically, £50 you won't notice going missing.
Do you remember what I call it?
Coffee every day.
What do you call it?
Do you remember what I call it? Pay yourself first.
Yes.
So the idea is you organise, if you had a 30-30-30, don't say you have to do this, but if you have a 30-30-30 from your net income, use the 30, pay yourself first.
Yeah.
So do your investing first.
Yeah.
Then cover your bills and your expenditure. Then the other bit is your discretionary spending.
Yeah, you're living.
So that's your bags and your botches and your other stuff.
Yeah.
Do
Not
your
the pension.
and that first 30, that's where using that 30 to compound the money that you've worked hard to earn, compound that earning and get this working hard for you.
Get that money, earning money
Exactly.
for you.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That's exactly the way I probably
And
try
it's the longevity which once we started and once we got involved in this, started doing a bit of research. So I didn't realize like the percentage of the chance you're actually making money if you invest over a long period of time.
Absolutely.
Like over 5 years, over 10 years. I think over 10 years, it's something like over 90% chance of you actually making money.
I think it was 99.
I think it's 98. Yeah, I think it's something like that.
The stats on these are produced, this is using the S&P 500 going back to 1937. So it's a good old period of time.
Yeah.
Not even I was born then. And using that period of time in the S&P 500, the starting one of the starting ones is actually if you invest for a day, you have a 53%, I think it is, a better than 50% chance of making a positive return.
Can we just
don't do it?
Can we just say that? Well, that's mental.
Don't do it, but it is mental. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. But actually, the longer you get through it, the better. And actually, 10 years, the figure is 97%.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a 97%, nearly.
I mean, with 3%,
pretty solid.
100%. That you're going to get a positive return if you invest over that period.
And it's a healthy positive.
And from 3 years, it's well over 80%. 87%.
And I think the one point that I've kind of always said personally for me, like when I started investing, it was like, well, I do want a deposit for a house and I do want to kind of do that thing. Investing through this rather than just leaving it in the bank was the most sensible thing for me to do. And I feel like even if people want to do other things, like you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And at £50 a month, there's not very many other things that you can actually start investing and do it in a secure way.
Yeah.
Out there, I can't think of anything actually.
Because that's my thought process. I want to get. I want you
minus
guys,
buying 50 quid's worth of petrol and just sticking it away.
I want you guys, no matter how old you are, to start investing. And please use Finn. But like, if you're 18 years old, like you genuinely, by the time you're 26, 27, you want to be moving out of your house. You are ready to leave, flee the nest. And if you start at 18, that has been 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, you're going to have a nice amount to pay for that deposit of your house.
Think of 3 things.
Set yourself up.
Think of 3 things. Start early, start small. Be patient.
Yeah. Because like £100 a month is what, over 10 years is £12,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could be coming away with 30 to 60,000.
It will pay.
Between that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And I think that one kind of thing for me, it's always been about delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Knowing that offsetting that kind of something right now can be very small, but in the future can be very big. And I think people in our day and age, it's always about now. It's fast. I need it yesterday.
And I think that's why the crypto works so well, because people want
it.
it.
And when you think like that, you don't think smart. You don't think long. And unfortunately, it doesn't usually play in your favor.
That's 0.001%.
Interesting fact, obviously, watching inflation very, very closely at the moment. But I don't know if you know, but the wage inflation in the UK was year on year 7.8% this year. Now I know the cost of living has gone up, and I appreciate that's challenging for people. But ultimately, if wage growth has gone up 7.8%, what are we doing with that 7.8%?
Yeah, where's it going?
Because that wage growth is your top line, and inflation in terms of cost of living is actually affecting the things you buy, not necessarily everything that you earn. It's only a small proportion of what you buy. I appreciate it's been a nightmare, but things like bills and energy and things like that, that's not all that you spend. So if you're getting 7.8% up here, but actually, the what we're currently on 6.8% inflation is affecting part of your expenditure.
It depends what you spend your money on.
What can you do it with?
As you
what
said,
can you do with it?
Because sometimes some things that people spend their money on, well, actually, they haven't gone anywhere. But it depends if you spend the money on, unfortunately, the wrong things.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
the inflation is crazy. Blueberries have gone up so much.
And simply a big thing in London, which is what people do, and I was a sucker for. I don't do it as much now. Deliveroos, ordering your food in as well.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing.
Deliveroo.
Yeah, cut down it. Coffees if you're having two a day.
Cut down it. No, you don't do it, Curtis.
If you're having 2 a day, cut down to 1 if you're paying for it, and make the other one at home. It's a great.
You're having 1 a day.
It's a great.
Oh, it's stressing me out already. This conversation.
What do you? I make you. I carry my flask everywhere I blimmin' go, AJ. I refill my coffee cup everywhere I go.
I've seen it today.
In fact, it's over there.
What's it filled up with, though?
Yeah, I did have to go to a Starbucks.
Defeats the object slightly.
We've got coffee in there.
No, I think for
it's
me,
that filtered where it's all gone with it.
Good point.
No, the opportunity to do something that I've been so passionate about forever has kind of been amazing, and to kind of work forward.
Hang on, I wanted to get to my point now. I was saying, if you're having 2-3 coffees a day, take them down to 1 coffee, do the others at home.
Yes.
The money that you've saved from that, you can invest it. There you go.
Correct.
Nice, easy way of saying, I don't have enough money. Cut down on your coffees, because if you're having 2 a day, that's a lot of money a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
if you are working, this may hurt some people, but you can find £50 a month in this day and age when a coffee is a £5.
Very much simply. I cut myself down to trying to live on under £1,000 a month for a couple of months, and I realised I spend on such stupid things. Simply a couple of coffees, different things like that. Before you know it, 1 meal out is over £100. Like, things start to drop down before you know it. AJ trying to calculate.
Do some maths.
Sorry, I was getting my fingers out there. I was getting math. I was working out like, what would I spend? I spend less than that probably. I'm frugal. I'm very frugal. I'm sipping on that petrol tank.
The other thing as well is
why it makes me drive
trying
everywhere.
to get to that point. And one of the other big things with Fint is around education. We've gone on about education, but we want to create this thing where we can actually educate people via the app. We'll have a dashboard in there eventually that will do that, but also from the messages we'll be giving across in terms of, and actually the point around, being able to do it, not being able to do it. Think about what it's going to do for you ultimately. Like you said, if you do start early, if it is building up something for a house in 10 years time, 15 years time, this will give you the opportunity to do that, whilst also making a difference, making an impact. Every one of the portfolios will be sustainable. So you're going to make a difference no matter which tilt you choose.
And I want
ESG,
people,
isn't it? Every single one. So for the normal person, Wes, you'll explain this better than me, what that actually means.
So broadly speaking, environmental and social governance. So it means that the investments that are within the portfolios have to meet certain criteria that the companies that they then invest in ultimately are meeting requirements on an environmental basis, a social responsibility basis, and a governance perspective. So every single one of the portfolios, so effectively we have 3 of each type. So we have 3 portfolios, and there are 3 different risk levels on each one. Each one of those is an ESG based portfolio. So it is sustainable within those parameters. That's really important to us. Obviously, the climate change takes that to a next level because you've got the tilt that's added onto that. But each one of those portfolios is within that remit. So you can make a real impact. For 50 quid a month, you genuinely could be impacting climate change in a different part in Indonesia. Because I know the ETF in there uses some of those new techniques of gathering plastic from the sea. So you can make an impact for 50 quid a month in a part of the world you've never been to. It's incredible.
That is very cool. Which portfolio, guys, do you reckon most people are going to choose?
I think, I think it's a toss-up between climate change. I think gaming is quite specific, but climate change and disruptive.
AI. Which one do you think?
Yeah.
I think climate change is going to have the tilt on the mainstream, but then I feel like for us, I feel like we're going to really try and make a big push into that esports because that market is
massive.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah,
is
huge,
really
yeah.
What made me just
Interesting
ask that question was from what you
Yeah.
were saying there, how actually like £50 makes a massive difference,
Yeah,
especially
huge
if you go
impact.
with that climate change.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You really are making a
And
difference.
you're still doing it with the others
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
sustainable.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
openly educating people on what that actually money does, like with that
Yeah,
ESG there,
yeah,
like actually saying, well, you have taken a small company that helps recycle plastic in Indonesia.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your brain doesn't do that. But when we're going to explain that to you and we're going to talk about it, then you think differently about your actions and what your money's actually doing.
Yeah.
I think that's something important for us. Right now, the app, you can go on, you can invest, you can pick your portfolio.
And you can invest into all three, guys. You don't have to just choose.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, all three.
But in the future, as you said, Wes, we want a whole suite on there is education. The social media itself is going to be educational. It may be talking about things that are not to do with the app. It's about paying your tax, setting up a company, what is
And that
corporation
national
tax.
insurance number.
Yeah.
I don't know why you mentioned that, but yeah, I actually
Just
do
'cause
need to
you
find
need-
mine.
The
Because you
30,
need
30,
it for
30.
everything.
But the education is something bigger. We
Yeah,
want
it's huge.
to help
Yeah.
people, and I think that's something that's really good. For example, setting up a company. Yes, we all want to make money. I'm not gonna lie, like straightforward. But
I want to
it's-
educate.
It's nice. It feels good to educate.
It goes back
and
to
learning yourself.
Yeah, it goes back to the ultimate thing that created the thought process behind Fint was why the hell are people buying GameStop as a stock? Whereas what we're going to be doing is you can be making an impact with the money you're investing. And then what we're going to do is get into that minutia and show you where it's going. Show you where that
Plus
50 quid a month is
this
going and
app
what it's doing.
is not out there. This app, like you can go and you can say
There isn't an
copies
app like it.
somebody's trade on some
It
other
doesn't
thing.
exist.
You can go and on a trading platform, I'm not naming names, and you can go and buy and sell stock.
Yeah.
But you're still having to actively do that. Within this,
Yeah.
you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You can just see it, your direct debit going in, your money going up or down. You can see it quite clearly in the graph, and it is so slick.
That's the thing.
It's taken quite a lot of hours. I don't even want to know how many hours.
I'd
But
rather
they've
not
been-
count them.
They've been
Yes.
great fun. Like the
Yeah.
meetings that we've had in this place, we've all come together.
I was your age when we started.
Yeah. And I look your age. now.
Yes.
Whoa,
You're steady. Bit harsh.
You
Or
don't
actually might be
look old at all.
complimentary.
Yeah.
that's looking good.
I'll take it the other way. Yeah.
You're meeting in the middle somewhere.
But no, it's been so good from the meetings we have had here, like looking at the website, getting all the interface ready on the app, getting all the writing, the text ready, just tweaking these little things. How can we make the animations better? The process has been very
And I think
Yeah.
it's important to say we are recording this 3 weeks before the app is probably live, before any social media has gone live,
Correct.
before the app's been beta tested and then put out there in the public. So when we record this podcast again, probably beginning of 2024 it will be, talking about how we've moved on, what we're going for, and how we're building that education suite. And I think even exciting here, I don't know about you two, I hate talking about things until they're actually out there and working. It gives me a bit of paranoia and a bit of stress right now.
I get told a lot that you should do the opposite. You should be talking about it
Should you?
before it comes out, but I don't like it.
Whenever I talk to people and they go, you know what, I've got that TV show and I'm producing this. I'm like, did it happen?
Signed the contract,
No.
yeah.
Did the company
very
get
much
set
the
up?
same.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like, it stresses me out. But as something forward thing, this is an exciting, this is a hypothetical scenario right now.
Yeah.
I'll ask it to both of you and then I'll maybe answer it myself after I've heard your questions. What would be a perfect world moving into 24, like with Fint as an app? It's a very open-ended question, I know.
Fint for me being the key element of education for finance outside of like a business school. Definitely through all of the social.
So you want to create a movement to go to Parliament, that sort of thing?
I want to, absolutely, in the legitimate education in schools. I want to change all through our socials. I want education to be out, which it will be out on the app as well.
So
and I want
sixth forms and colleges you can attack them.
Yes, absolutely. And I want people to be able to know that Fint is a place that they can get some tips, tricks, and advice, anything to do with finance, and the most simple and easiest place to come and invest. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Like if somebody
That's a
doesn't
lot,
know-
I'm not going to lie, but I like it.
That's also hard to follow. I think it's covered everything.
Wes going to give me a curveball now then, Wes.
No, I'll try, but no. I think for me, it's for it to be known as that as a community. I
Yeah.
think that's really important for me. But actually, getting active use, getting people and young people in particular invested and interested and supported and
I did want to
feeling
say
good about
and
it.
1 million users by 2024.
Yeah,
But
it's getting people invested, and bettering themselves and making an impact.
It's making people. This is the thing. I think it's making people realize that doing a small bit constantly over a long period of time will change your life.
That's huge.
It really, really will.
I want in the UK, for me personally, I feel like money is something that we don't talk about for the wrong reasons. I feel like money should be a conversation that we're happy to have because unfortunately everything does cost money. So for me personally, I feel like I would like Fint to be at the center of that sort of conversation, whether that just be about
money talks,
education itself, or whether that be about the movement, or it be like, oh, do you use this app? Like I invested this, look, I've saved this amount, like it's going to help me in the future. I want it to be part of that conversation.
It's a great name for something. Money talks.
It's a great aim.
It's got a good name, actually. I'll copyright.
Welcome to Freedomimpact. Now money talks.
But
that works on two levels.
I wanted to just be a conversation piece, and that's for me. And obviously, we're in the UK right now, but America's always a goal.
Oh, absolutely. That's on there as well.
Because Americans just talk about stocks. Investing money, it's much more. It's easy to educate an audience that's already openly talking about.
Our responsibility then is to sign up for this. Our responsibility is to make the UK feel like that too.
I like it
through Fint.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah,
I like that.
We can do that.
Yeah, that is absolutely possible.
Why not? Yeah.
And the thing is, I am so excited to release it. I cannot wait until actually this comes out. All of you can see it, how sleek it is and how simple it is to use. If you know nothing about finance, doesn't matter. You will have to use in this. And you don't even have to use it. That's what I can't wait for people to see, because it really, really will make a difference to people's lives.
Absolutely.
It really will. And it'll stop people from getting caught out by doing innocent mistakes and maybe not paying their tax or maybe not realizing that, if they have a company, it's under their name and a personal account, you can't just keep digging into your company or this and that. Curtis Pritchard, I do. That was me. Yeah. You then have to pay it back to your personal, and then you realize, oh God. So I just want people to realize this and to be helped out. And this is the place and the app that's going to help people.
Yeah, quite right.
I'm so excited for it to come out.
It's gonna be great.
And Wes, it's been awesome to work with you throughout all of the months that we've done.
No, it's been a pleasure. So,
I think
part of it.
Like it's been a crazy journey up to this point. Creating the app, going through all the decks. We didn't have to do so much of the legal side, so that's
lucky you.
God,
that's quite a thankful scenario.
Heavy sessions.
Sorry about that, Wes.
Heavy sessions.
And don't worry, everybody watching and listen. It's Wes and Wes's algorithm, and I think maybe just one sentence about the relationship that you have. Fint, I said you. I mean, Fint itself is a relationship with Iron Market. That kind of very much so working relationship, which will continue into the future.
100%. It's adding that level of everything that we've discussed in terms of what iMarket believes and how we manage money and how transparent. We're all of that is being thrown into Fint.
It's like a new app, but it's not new.
We're taking all of that history,
create trust and history in something that's new. You can't. We've got a new app and we are licensing it through iMarket with all that trust, that knowledge, that 10 years plus years of just sheer positive energy moving forward. And that is just the best feeling ever.
Without all the mistakes.
All
the good stuff. You're welcome. All the good stuff.
Came on at the right time.
Yeah, quite right. And all that kind of level of regulation, support, and security as well. That all comes with that.
Yeah, and I think the one thing is kind of even myself and working with you, I knew how much like FCA approved with the companies, but seeing it firsthand and seeing the amount of documents, the amount of, I wouldn't even say hoops you have to jump through because that sounds like something bad, but the amount of things just ticked is
incredible,
insane.
Yeah, but it's there to protect people.
Yes.
And it's right, and again that reverts back to those original thoughts when I was reading those Reddit boards and reading about what was happening with people. Just wanted to grab hold and just give that level of explanation and
so
the
many
regulations there to
safety
protect.
things.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is this is not where I want to end 100%, but for us, we are social media stars in an aspect. We are
I'll take it, AJ.
professional dancers. We've worked hard in our profession to get to where we are. Hard work is what we love to do, but yes, we are known on TV for dancing. Kurt is also a professional dancer and Love Island and every cooking show, dating show, whatever the hell, SAS. Sure. But for us, working with yourself and doing the finance side, coming together as a partnership, I couldn't even imagine to be in the position where someone like, mention name, Logan Paul, to build a stock up, to pump it, to know he's sold at the top, to dump it. Maybe he did know, maybe he didn't know. But for us in our situation, like, we want to be doing it in the safest possible way that we can backstop everything that we've done in our back from all of ticking all the boxes so that we know we're doing it the way it should be done.
Well, I would add to that, and from my perspective, I know you as people, but outside of that, I think your reputation individually has been built because of who you are, and it's not, and who you are is genuine people. You are who you are. You are who people see. There's no not like, in terms of the Logan Paul example.
The character's not there. We are who,
correct, absolutely. Which is trustworthy and genuine and real and honest and huge amounts of integrity. And that's why I don't think there's any better combination of us with Iron Market and history and you guys to get this message across and create this app that's gonna help so many, 100%.
No, honestly, thank you so much for. This is the Fint team.
Yeah,
it is literally. Yeah. That's going to grow too.
Yes, it will.
Even more people. It's
quite funny because I remember when we did the golf day, and it was quite an emotional day. Your sister obviously came and
you did play quite bad, AJ. I understand.
Hey, I beat you in the golf.
I don't think you did.
There was that little image of you in your small little office. I'm not like Finn sat in this office right now. I feel like I'm Wolf of Wall Street in here. Like, probably a bad description to use.
Yeah, not a great one.
Not a great one.
Said,
but
I understand.
The size of the desk.
We'll have 10 great years.
Yeah. But I mean, this office is sick. And again, thank you for listening to Freedom Impact Trust. Like, this is sponsored by Fin, the financial investment app. So please do check it out. Download the app. And please do leave a review for this podcast because it helps other people find it. And
and it makes us feel good.
I'm smiling. I'm Cheshire Cat right now.
That's awesome. Thanks so much. Really enjoyed that.
It's clean and it's great.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you, Wes.
Cheers, man.
Awesome.
This
is great. I'm never going to forget this day.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed that.
It's sort of the start of everything because this will be released. And as soon as this gets released, the app will be released. It's all go. And literally, it's going to just be grow from there.
It's not until it's the sitting down and going through it.
Yeah.
You don't realise, do you, the kind of everything that's gone into it.
Finn could be not golf days. It could be like go-karting days or like...
Yes, actually.
F1 days.
Something that, don't get me wrong, I do love a good golf day though, actually.
Yeah, it was good fun.
That was great fun. I lost a lot of balls.
We'll do more of them.
Yeah. Let's come back next week.
Paddleball.
More of them, less water.
Yeah. Oh, AJ's a new paddleball player.
Yeah, I've noticed. I need to give that a go. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You'll notice he's played
a lot of tennis. Yeah.
It's a bit more fast paced than tennis, but it's good bit of fun to be fair.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Just before you go anywhere, we just want to say thank you very much to listen to Freedom Impact Trust. We love your reviews, so please do leave them because it helps other people find us, doesn't it, Curtis?
Yes, it does. As AJ said, comment, like, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with the entire world. Let everybody know that this is the podcast that you guys are listening to, and jot down some comments of any financial advice that you want or any questions. We'll be happy to answer all of them at the best of our knowledge. Thanks again for listening, guys. We hope you've enjoyed it and we love you all.
Yeah, we just want to thank our sponsors, Fint, the financial investment app where you can invest from as little as £50 a month. Yes, Curtis, £50 a month. So easy.
I like it. And don't forget that it's all within 3 portfolios. Simplicity. It's easy. Get investing, guys.
Have a great day.
See you later.